pandemic has changed the way music fans attend live concerts in KELOLAND. This morning, we'll listen in on a drive-in performance by a popular Christian music band. Plus, White Wall Sessions will be ramping up production after the pandemic silenced the recording studio. We'll tell you about the new musical acts you can expect to see soon. Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your weekend. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. Law enforcement agencies across the country have been reviewing their policies and procedures in the aftermath of the death of George Floyd. Now, the Sioux Falls police chief is speaking publicly for the first time since Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was convicted of murdering Floyd. Chief Matt Byrne says good policing comes with the support of the community, and he wants to make sure his officers have the tools they need to serve the people of Sioux Falls.
So, right in the immediacy of the George Floyd death of George Floyd, we looked at our policies and we said, what can we do? What can we tighten up to make sure that the citizens and every person, resident of our community, is sure that we're doing what we need to be doing.
Byrne says the department does not condone chokeholds unless it is a life-threatening situation. The department also looked at its training program to make sure diversity and anti-bias were included. And all officers began wearing body cameras 3 months ago. Today is National Drug Take-Back Day. The goal of the event is to keep unused medications in your home from getting into the wrong hands. In Sioux Falls, you can drop off your prescriptions at Hy-Vee pharmacies and the police department lobby. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're getting closer to the opening of the new triage center in downtown Sioux Falls. Here's a look at inside of the facility. The nurse who will be running the link says people with mental health or chemical dependency issues can walk in at any time and get the help they need.
By offering a service like this, we'll not only save money, but resources and time of law enforcement partners, emergency services, ambulance services, as well as inpatient hospitalizations, both for medical and behavioral conditions.
Miller is hiring staff right now. The link is scheduled to open in June. Governor Kristi Noem says South Dakota's economy has remained strong throughout the pandemic. Noem says South Dakota has the highest gross domestic product in the state, and people are taking notice.
They see businesses still open. People have had the opportunity to have their kids in school, which has been very beneficial for the families here. And then also our economy is growing. We have the fastest growing GDP rate in the nation right now.
The GDP is the money spent by consumers, businesses, and government within a given period. Also, South Dakota's unemployment rate is 2.9%, the lowest in the country. Let's get a first look at the forecast now with meteorologist Adam Ritten in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. We're at the last weekend of April, and we're kicking things off on a rather nice note. Sunshine over Falls Park, but it is chilly sunshine at that. 32 with a north wind to 10 miles per hour. That's actually one of the warmer locations on the map this morning. Here's what I'm talking about. 26 in Brookings, 24 Watertown, 25 Aberdeen, 19 in Mulbridge this morning, 18 in Faith, 26 Pierre, 30 toward Rapid City. Where we had those clearer skies in place for a little while longer, we were able to actually drop into the upper teens for overnight low temperatures. Now that's the air temperature. Then we have a breeze out there. Not much, around 5 to 10 miles per hour in many locations this morning, but that is putting the wind chill in the teens, and at times, if you're in Faith, the single digits. So you will want to bundle up as you get ready for the first portion of your day. By the afternoon, though, we do warm up nicely into the 50s. Not a bad start to the day. High pressure in North Dakota is going to keep things nice and quiet, but things do unravel, though, as we head later into the evening. So you will want to keep this in mind, especially in northeastern KELOLAND. We'll talk about the threat for some wintry weather there coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, the pandemic didn't prevent fans of Christian music from enjoying an outdoor concert in Sioux Falls last night. The group Casting Crowns hosted a drive-in show to promote social distancing. People who attended the concert had a spot to park as well as space to hang out in chairs. If you missed last night's concert, Casting Crowns will be performing later today in St. Paul, Minnesota, and at Grand Forks, North Dakota tomorrow. Viewers of KELOLAND TV will be treated to a wider musical selection during weekends starting this summer. The popular White Wall Sessions will be recording new performers in its studio starting in July. The new segments will be included in its ongoing classic series that began airing during the pandemic.
Sioux Falls has become such a strong arts and music community. I think it's a big part of this community, and I think it would be missed if it was gone, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yet Zuger acknowledges there were times during the pandemic when he thought White Wall Sessions would never again record new musical acts. You can watch the Season 8 finale tonight on KELOLAND TV at 10:30. Party for the Planet is a celebration of Earth Day at Great Plains Zoo. The party goes from 1 to 4 and includes fun nature activities and ways to make your backyard more wildlife friendly. The first 100 people through the gates will receive a Party for the Planet kit containing a reusable produce bag, garden tool, and a nature journal. The cost is a zoo admission. Vendors are selling repurposed, rustic, vintage, and one-of-a-kind items at the Junkin Market Days Spring Market. It's taking place in the Expo Center of the W.H. Lyon Fairgrounds from 9 to 4. Admission is $5. The 60.5 Move Expo encourages everyone to move their bodies for 6.5 minutes. Activities and workouts will be taking place from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Faywick Park in downtown Sioux Falls. Define Beat is a high-energy, full-body 45-minute workout hosted by Sioux Falls Parks and Rec and Define Yoga. The workout begins at 9:30 a.m. at the Levitt Band Shell in downtown Sioux Falls. Tennis shoes are required. The Sodbusters Radio Control Model Airplane Club is hosting an auction of hundreds of planes and accessories. The auction is in Exhibit Hall 1 of the Sioux Falls Convention Center starting at 10 a.m. Levitt in Your Living Room presents the group Ranky Tanky. The free virtual concert gets underway at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And the Stampede hockey team closes out the season against the Lincoln Stars. The puck drops at 7:05 at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Adam?
Well, we'll have a nice day to get outside if you have the chance to do so, but you'll want to go sooner rather than later if you have any weekend plans, especially sooner rather than later for the day on Saturday. High pressure is going to hold serve for a little while longer, but unfortunately it's not going to be lasting for much longer beyond the afternoon and evening. We do have low pressure on the way. That's going to start off as rain, maybe a few snow showers mixing in at times at first, but then an expected switch over to mainly snow is not out of the question. Toward northeastern portions of KELOLAND, Watertown points north along I-29. That's a winter weather advisory through the early afternoon on Sunday, as we could see a couple of inches of snowfall in that neck of the woods. So be careful on your Sunday morning drive. The one good thing, though, is that this is late April, so anything we do see is not going to last very long. Here's the evolution of our low through FutureCast. Again, starting off as rain toward the Pier area. We could even see some snow showers mixing in as far south and east as the Sioux Falls area. Little, if any, accumulation expected there. But to the north, that's where we have the better chance for snow. Again, Watertown over toward Aberdeen into Sisseton as well. And that's where we could have also some localized heavier banding as well. This will be kind of a tricky little part of the forecast before it gets out of here by midday Sunday. We'll be able to warm up at least into the 40s in northeastern KELOLAND, but 60s elsewhere. So like I said, anything we do see is not lasting very long. We have a couple more opportunities for rainfall on the way as we go into the day on Monday and then again on Tuesday with a few thunderstorms. Generally, a few inches of snow expected in northeastern parts of South Dakota from Aberdeen down toward Brookings on the southern end, Watertown, Ortonville, and the Sisseton as well. But again, localized higher amounts not out of the question, and anything we do see is not going to last very long. The further south you go, around an inch or so here on, less than an inch toward Mitchell and Sioux Falls, where we still could see a little bit of that snow mixing into the equation. From there, the overall outlook gives really an equal opportunity at below and above average temperatures coming around on any given day, even as we head beyond the 7-day forecast. So there is hope for flipping the script to near and even above average temperatures on several occasions as we get ready to close the month of April and welcome in May. Today, upper 40s to mid 50s, plenty of sunshine at first, and then increasing cloudiness as we head through the night. Rain and snow showers possible south and east, with a switch over to snow not out of the question toward northeastern KELOLAND as we go into Sunday morning. 7-day forecast features a nice spike in the 70s on Monday. A few rain showers not out of the question there. A few thunderstorms also possible on Tuesday. But you notice we stay generally in the 60s as we go through the next work and school week. And we'll even try to warm back up into the low 70s by the end of next week. Have a great day, everybody. For more on your local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.